Good morning, BPID 55. I will demonstrate this morning the different types of throwing events aside of the jumping events. No, be sure that you have to draw or make a layout of the circle area, throwing circle area for the shot put, for the discus throw, and of course for the javelin area. So for the shot put, we have our diameter is 2.113 meters in diameter. So be sure nga tama ang inyong pag-measure, no? Kailangan circle siya because 2.13 in diameter. Of course, you have your reference center at the center point. Then, the angle, of course, is following your illustration sa inyong learning guide. And this angle is going to that very far, and see to it your shot put is only landed inside that angle or else lumabas foul. And when you perform the throwing, of course, mayroon tayong block dito, no? Do not leave this area, no? Kailangan hindi ka lumabas, no? Pag lumabas ka dito, that is a foul. Then pag after you throw the element o implement, dito ka lang lumabas sa likod. Huwag dito sa side, huwag dito sa front, no? You have no right to follow the implement nga imong gilabay kay wala na kay right ana. So that is a foul. So anyway, you have three trials. If your first trial is mali, so mayroon pang second, mali ang second trial, mayroon pang last. And ano yung pinakamalayo na distance, that is your score, no? In actual playing of these throwing events, mayroon tayong Magic 8. And yung pinakataas na pumasok sa 8 na score, pinakataas, that are qualified to perform again with 3 trials. So maging 6 trials, and that 6 scores kukunin dyan ang pinakamataas to declared winner. Good morning, BP55. Once again, I will demonstrate the discus throw this morning. So of course, before you perform the discus throw, see to it that you make your circle area, the throwing area, and that measurement of that is 2.5 meter in diameter. So be sure that you make a 2.5 circle, and you have your direction angle to the throwing area. Meaning to say, the shot put and discus throw pareha lang. So pag lumabas yung implement sa angle, that is foul. So parehara gyapon na atay 3 throws, and if you are qualified as the member of the Magic 8, so you have additional 3 throws to find out kinsay pinakataas mo labay. Morning BP55, this is how to measure the implement of the throwing activity to have a valid measurement of their score, no, distance of the from the center reference to the area where the implement is landed, no? So just like this example, if this shot put land, yan, this is your point where you measure going to the center of your circle. So if this is your discus throw landed, so this is your point to measure to the circle center. So don't mind about the rolling of that implement. Ayaw na pakialamin na. So the first land, for example, for the javelin, if this javelin land, this is the point where you measure going to the center reference. If this implement magland, ang una is ang sampot niya, that is foul. So pag walang mark, that is foul. So for example, I repeat, this is the first land of the shot put, no? So This point is, we will measure this point going to the reference. Then, of course, from the reference circle is that is 0. No? This is the distance. No? So, dikit. So, 50, 65, meaning to say that is 44.9. No? 44.9. So, kung if we will measure the feet, that is 44.9. But for meter, that is 13.6. Meters. No? So that is how to measure your valid distance. Okay. Good morning, BP55. This is how to perform the throwing with the shot put. There are two types of throwing. The shot put is the glide and the rotate. No? For example, of course, you have to situate. You are inside the circle area. So this is how you perform, how you execute the proper throwing. So your fingers should be around the shot put. Put the shot put on your side above your air. So always bend your knees. No? So this is your preparatory position. So if you want to perform gliding, so glide. No? So situate, hindi lumabas yung paa. No? So for example, gliding through. No? Then another one is the rotate through. No? So ganyan. So for me, I'm very prepared to perform the glide. Malakas yung glide ko compare sa rotation. Ready? Okay, thank you. Perform this throwing activities without the president official because they are the only one to decide kung tama yung ginagawa mo o hindi, and to measure the valid distance. So this is a discuss throw pang lalaki, no, maliit yung pang babae. You can find any implement that is resemble to this size pang lalaki or pang babae. Bahalag unsa inyong himuon basta kay magamit gyud siya, no? So same procedure of the shot put throwing mechanics. So ito, so situate that you embrace the discuss using your fingertips, no? Naka-spread. Ayaw ganito, dili ingani, no? Bawal, no? And mali, no, hindi ganito. So lahat na fingers. So what you have to do is mayroon kayong glide or rotate, no? Depende. So ganito ang pagtapot, no? So swing the discus overhead, hawa diha. So taas yung freehand para you have the balance. Slightly bend your knees, no? So huwag ganito. No? Mababa ang flight ng kuha ninyo, implement. So taas, no? Taas. Anyway, you catch, no? Then throw. Yan. Good morning, BP55. This is how to lay out your javelin throwing area. The width of our javelin throwing area is 4 meters. The length is 8 meters to the arc. So yung extra na runway, that is 45 meters away, but to have your reference point of the javelin area situate, you have to make your arc. Then from that arc is 8 meters reference area going to the point where the implement landed, no? Same example for the shot put and the discus throw. So meaning we have 8 meters width, 4 meters width, no? Example, 4 meters width, you have your arc, no? Ganyan, example. So be sure that you make a throwing area nga tama. So from this point, ito, kailangan 8 meters ya galing dito. 8 meters. No? For example, 8 meters. Ito yung 8 meters natin. No? So this is your reference point. Ito na lang ang butas. No? Reference point. Yan. So be sure to always remember the reference point because you measure the valid distance of your javelin from this point 0 dito papunta sa the first land of your javelin. That is valid throw. So, okay, we will perform. 55, this is how to perform the javelin throw. No? For me, I'm very much prepared to execute the grapevine. No, grapevine. But if you want to make your own style of approaching the arc, no? Just for example, magdagan ka lang, but situate na your stepping can contribute to the speed, no, to the force you applied to the implement. So for example, the runway is 40 meters or 45 meters or more. So ito ang gagawin, no? So grapevine, takbo, then throw, situate na hindi ka lumampas sa arc. Once you go beyond the arc, that is foul, and when this implement landed away from the angle, that is another foul. So kailangan pumasok sa angle. So okay, let us perform. Oh, ready? So ganito, no? So wag ganito because you have no preparation, but it depends of your style. Because when you approach the arc, at the same time you bring the implement going to your shoulder level, then throw, no? Sa akin, nandito na kaagad. Of course, you have to select the different types of gripping the javelin, no? So depende na sa imo. So ganito. Ready? Run. Through. So the mark is the first land of the head of the javelin. So that is the point you measure to the reference point of the javelin area. Okay, that's good. Thank you. In BP55, this is how to lay out a jumping area for the long jump and triple jump. So our landing pit is 5 meters with a width of 2.77 meters, no? So malayo masyado. And from the landing pit, the edge line of that landing pit to the take-off board for the triple jump, that is 11 meters pang babae, 13 meters pang lalaki to the take-off board. So from take-off board, mayroon kang 45 meters runway. Now the length of the take-off board is 1.22 meter. So the width niya is only 20 centimeter. No, ang iyang width. So for example, this is our take-off board, no? Yan. So ang lapad niya is 20 centimeter and iyang length is 1.22. Whereas your landing pit is 2.77 meter with long of 5 meters. So from this take-off board to runway, that is 40 meters. Of course, this take-off board, pag lumampas yung paa mo, that is foul. Never mind, walang ignore the performance pag ang imong paa is hindi makatouch sa take-off board. So to perform the activity, situate your landing pit is cushion. No, pag tugpa nimo, dili ka ma-injured. So this is how to perform. Long jump, very simple. Simple. Just run from the runway, then of course your point, no? Then jump. So yung first jump nimo, that is the time you measure from the edge of the stick of board to the first land. So pag yung kamay nakatouch sa landing pit, dito ang the nearest point imong sukdon. No? Okay? Example. So tumakbo ako from runway to run, jump. So my first land is nandito. So ito in measure to the take of board. So you made it 3 times. I-measure yung pinakataas. If you are a member of Magic 8, so additional 3 jump. So kukunin yung pinakataas among the 6 jumps para to declare panalo. So, good. BPID 55, this is how to perform the triple jump. Of course, first is run from the runway as fast as you can. Then, of course, yung paa hindi lumampas sa take-off board. When step, then hop, then step, jump. Yan. To perform that one, tatlo. Then if you are qualified for the Magic 8, another tatlo. So, unom. So, for example, takbo, 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 step, hop, step, jump, go!